blowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty but it's love though. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what up, though? Victory Monday, man. It feels good. Hey, this is becoming old to us. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Listen, I'm doing too much. I looked at my title. I put WHEN. I'm like, bruh, I'm telling, man, I am doing way too much. It is time for me to outsource some of this stuff. Real talk, bruh. I might have to get an intern or something. I might, listen, I'm offering internships for real, man. What up? We got, what is that? Low 2. We got TC. We got God Monkey. We got AG might be head coach next year. We actually going to make a video about Aaron Glenn, man. Shout out to Aaron Glenn. Shout out to Za'Darius Smith for coaching them boys up on the sideline. Shout out to the defense. Shout out to James Houston, bro. Not sure. He said he set in some Gatorade. Bro. I don't know how that worked, bro. Man. James Houston made himself useful. What's up? Still pumped from last night. All right, so put in the comment section, what time did you go to bed last night? I went to bed, it was about 4:30. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. It was 4:30, and I had to get up, you know what I'm saying, and do my work this morning. But we here, man. We here, and we about to get comfortable. The Detroit Lions are 8-1 for the first time. Braylon says bonnet. Eric says he was so hyped, he got a sack. Antonio says 2-1 says 12, bro. Ones. What are you, 58, my brother? I stayed up longer than all y'all. Man, I'm going to tell you. So this is what I did yesterday. I watched the Lions highlights, right? So they had, the NFL does this. The Texans versus Lions game ending was crazy. So it was like 20 minutes. I watched that, man, and I swear, Jake Bates' kick to win the game, I watched it about 20 times. Man, I kept going back and forth, man. Man, just shout out to the squad, bro. Shout out to the squad. How many of y'all thought we lost? What's going on, Cordell? Went to bed at 2 a.m. Central Time. So that's 3 my time. Vocal says 4:30 a.m. working on calculus homework. I say, oh my God. Dang, bro. I want to hear sights and sounds video. Yeah, that should drop later this week. Antonio says, I turned 25 today, so yesterday was a great birthday gift, man. 25. That was a long time ago, bro. Man, 25, bro. Hold on. Let's go back in time real quick. Let's go back in time. Man, at 25 years old, that was a long time ago for me. I was 20 at 25 years. old. It was 20 years ago, 2024. I had just met what would soon be my ex-wife. So was still not a father. Spent a lot of time at Macy's buying Sean John at the time. This is before, before Diddy became what we know of him now. So, yeah, enjoy your 20s, my man, because they go just like that. My 30s, I was spent. I mean, my 30s is probably the quickest 10 years of my entire life was 30. 30, between 30 and 40. And now I'm halfway to 50. I say, oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro. It still hit. It hit, man. But this is the way I look at it. This is the way I look at it, man. I look at it like this. Yes, Braylon, I usually do. Corey says, Derek, your reaction to the win last night was absolutely priceless. You captured all of our emotions. Did y'all see on the NFL YouTube page, it was a flight landing in Detroit right when Jake Bates was kicking his field goal, and they told the stewardess to shut up? I was like, dang, I felt so bad for her. But, man, but now here it is, 45 years old. And you guys have helped me reach my dream, man, of doing YouTube full time. And when I say full time, I'm talking about, the income from not only watching the videos, but sponsorships and affiliate links and stuff like that. And this is only the beginning. I swear to you, I want to compete with Woodward Sports. That is the goal. The goal is there's a spot right up the street from me. It's priced very, very soundly, but it's been sitting there for years. I went in and I talked to the landlord. He told me how much it would be. It's affordable, but it will be an investment. It's got to serve a purpose. It's got to serve a purpose, man. But to allow me to do what I do is I couldn't be more thankful, like real talk. But I am getting tired though. Bobby Slowick is horrible. Yeah, I heard about him last night. Texans fans were complaining. I just started high school. Dang, bro. So if you just started high school in 2004, that means you were 2008? Wow. Okay, if you were 2008, that means you are 34, Aaron. Is that about right? Jake Bates, the best kicker in the league. I'm only 19, second year of college football. Wow, bro. Man, 30s, you blink and they're gone. Yeah, especially if you're going through a divorce and custody. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, sucks, man. Sucks. Well, we outside. Yeah, no, they told her to shut up. They told her to shut up, man. I don't think I bookmarked it on Twitter, but they told her to shut up. I have to find it. Yeah, yep. So all you got to do, bro, is usually what I do. I take the year I graduated, right? I take the year you graduated and then minus whatever I did. I graduated high school in 2019. Bro, so you was that means you was a fresh, 18-ish when the pandemic hit? Derek, I want to come on your show one day. Yes, Sports Talk Rob, we are going to start branching out and doing those things. JB says, well, I'm 53. God Monkey is only 19. I got some young cats in here, man. Man, I got some young cats, bro. Jake Bates versus Justin Tucker, who can kick further in their prime? I'm going to say Jake Bates. I turned 26 Saturday. Bro, y'all are young. Y'all are young. Okay, one pride, that means you are 42, right? Wow, that's okay. Y'all are young, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so we got to talk about some things, man. I was looking forward to Dan Campbell's press conference. I didn't see anything at the time of me getting on as to him going live, but I'm sure we'll see him sometime today. But what a win yesterday. What an absolute win. I'm getting sick of people. What I've been hearing today is what the Detroit Lions are not. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's talk about this. So the Detroit Lions beat the Houston Texans yesterday in a game that really they had no business winning. Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions. Dan Campbell said that only one of them he could have kind of put on Jared Goff, but I think it's kind of fitting how the head coach, and I remember when after the game was over, I thought it was very touching, and I want to know what Jared Goff said. If I was in the podium, the locker room, I would have said, Goff, what did you say? Jared, what did you say to coach when y'all was walking off the field? Jared Goff, I guarantee you he said something like, I promise you that'll never happen again. I will never let you down. I will never throw 5 interceptions in my career, right? He had the worst game of his career, and the Detroit Lions won the game they had no business winning. But what's annoying me is this whole Jared Goff lost the MVP yesterday. And what a lot of people don't seem to understand, or they don't want to acknowledge, is that Detroit Lions fans knew that he was never going to win MVP. Calvin Johnson didn't win MVP. Barry Sanders won MVP in the 1990s. There was no way that Jared Goff was going to win MVP. We've seen this before. Matthew Stafford, 2016, the same year he became the highest paid player in the National Football League. He also was a dark horse to win MVP. Never had a chance. The MVP voting is done by the Associated Press. They were never going to vote for him to win MVP. But what annoys me is you act like we care about that. Oh, well, Robert Griffin III yesterday. Well, Jared Goff, he did this, but he won the game, lost MVP. He was never going to win it in the first place. And I assure you that the only people thinking about MVP for Jared Goff, as far as y'all were making that narrative, we weren't talking about that. We don't care about no doggone MVP. We don't care about it. When was the last time the MVP of the league won the Super Bowl? Was it Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago? Lamar Jackson has never been to a Super Bowl. Never won one. What is he, 2-time MVP, right? This MVP thing, that's like movie critics. If you go to a show, how many of y'all listen to the movie critics? How many of y'all care about IMDb? How many of y'all care about Rotten Tomatoes? You go and you see the movie, you make your own decision. He was never going to win MVP. Yeah, he had a horrific game yesterday. But one thing I noticed about Jared Goff, and this is from, I'm done. I'm done with everybody wanting to turn their back on him. I'm not doing it. I've never turned my back on Jared Goff from year 1 to year 4. I haven't done it. Coach hasn't. I assure you Brad Holmes hasn't. The team, nobody batted an eye yesterday. Nobody batted an eye yesterday when it came to Jared Goff and his interceptions. Not a single Detroit Lion. And if I promise you that, most of the times when Jared Goff throws interceptions, they are because of timing. It's always a lot of times. Matthew Stafford is a gunslinger. He's like the quick and the dead. You know what I'm saying? He's draw. That's Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff is not that guy. He's not that guy. He's the one that's up on the roof sniping you, right? Jared Goff is a precision passer. You give him time. You run the route you're supposed to run. You are where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be. He will dot you up. We've seen it time and time again. I don't understand Lions fans. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but Lions fans go from Jared Goff. The dude literally came off of his history-making streak. We've seen this before. He went 10 games with no interception, and most of them were not his fault. That's according to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell might have given one interception to Jared Goff, but if you watch the tape, Laporta was impeded, all right? Quarterbacking is about timing. It's about everything about the position is timing, right? Jameson Williams, he went this way, looked like Goff thought he was going to go further. How many times? Then you had the tip drill. The offensive line yesterday, that first half was atrocious, right? But we knew that he wasn't going to win MVP. And you know what I'm tired of saying? And I think that I've never been one to say this, but it annoys me when people say what somebody's not, right? Well, he's no Patrick Mahomes, or he's no this. I mean, did he play? Did he blah, 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 blah? No, but. There's always a but in something. We can never just lift somebody up and just say what they are. Jared Goff is not a mobile quarterback. He's not agile. He's not a scrambler. He's not an athletic quarterback in a sense of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen, who's an absolute the dude is a beast. He's not that guy. But what he is a precision passer who is given enough time, he will dot you up. He will carve you up. We've seen it over and over and over. How do you think you go 18 for 18 if you're not him, right? So I'm tired of this whole narrative with the Detroit Lions fan base. It's like, and it really annoys me because you would rather root for Stafford, who plays for another team, than to support your guy, right? It's just ridiculous to me. But as far as the media and MVP is concerned, he was never going to win MVP. We knew that. Barry Sanders, you couldn't help but give it to him. That dude was fantastic. The narrative, y'all, as far as the media is concerned, they're still having a hard time wrapping their head around the fact that we are a good football team, right? So anyway, let me know your thoughts, man. Jared Goff, MVP. Are you upset that he is out of the race now. He was never really in it. He was never really in it. I'm going to tell you how this is going to go. Lamar Jackson's going to win MVP. Patrick Mahomes is going to the Super Bowl. I'm right now. Bookmark this video. MVP has been a popularity contest. It's been like that for a while. What's up, Michael? Man, JG earned his spot. Leave the bro alone. They always messing with him. Did you see Hutch still in the top 5 with sacks? I did not see that. That's insane. Goff will get a Super Bowl MVP. Hey, you think that's absolutely. That's all that people care about, bro. Nobody care about that other nonsense. Nobody care about the other nonsense. Let me see if I can find. I want to bring in a couple things. I'm going to watch the Za'Darius Smith video. There's two reasons I want to do it on this channel. One is I want to get y'all feedback. And two, I want to see if YouTube is going to copyright claim this. Because if they copyright claim it, then I know what I'm working with. What is it? Football in America? I think I watched it. Let me see. Nope, it's on my other channel. Switch account. Let's go here. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Winning is great. It's tough because, so I'm thinking about yesterday, right? And I'm like, if we lose this game, it's going to suck because we would have taken a hit. I think the Lions would have still been in the first. I think they would have been in the first place. They wouldn't have lost. They wouldn't have dropped in the division. They wouldn't have dropped in the conference. The Eagles have lost 2 conference games. We've only lost 1. If we had we lost last night, it would have been 1 conference game. So we're unbeaten in the division. Then they go for conference. And I think that the Bucs beat the Eagles. So they would have still been in second place. But yesterday was a huge win. Lions are a complete team. I really don't rely on one single player. Don't get me wrong. JG has been incredible though. See, and that's the thing, man. So let's put 1 interception on Jared Goff. Let's put the Jameson Williams interception on him. If you look at it, okay, you got the tip drill. You got the fumble that literally went into the hands of a defender. You know what would be nice? PFF got all these grades and all that stuff. It would be nice, but it would be very difficult to do for you to put if wide receivers could get interceptions put on them. Because I guarantee you, if you could put interceptions on wide receivers, like if a wide receiver drops a pass, okay? If they drop a pass, that goes and is intercepted, it goes on the quarterback, which is busted. Don't forget, they didn't start counting sacks until like the 1980s or something like. Could you imagine the NFL without sacks, bro? I can't even imagine that. That's insane to me. But it's like, it shouldn't really go like that, in my opinion. It's something about the media. They have always hated our Detroit teams. Now look how little they talk about the Pistons when they won the title. Hey, that's kind of why we came into this space. That's why we started doing what we're doing. Shout out to YouTube, man, because without YouTube, we wouldn't have been able to do that. YouTube created a platform and it's funny because now we're talking about our teams. So now these media people are talking about their teams. Speaking of media people, bro, did y'all hear what Micah Parsons said yesterday? You know what's crazy? Is even when the Detroit Lions might not have always been a good football team. Like, we've got a lot of history in that negative history, but we've never been one to even, I assure you, people hated Matt Patricia. Darius Slay couldn't stand him. Quandre Diggs traded him away. Golden Tate traded him away. Don't forget what Matt Patricia said to Darius Slay. You heard about that later. Right? But even that one, that was on Matt Patricia. Yesterday, Micah Parsons destroyed Mike McCarthy. It's crazy seeing all this dysfunction throughout the league, man. It's absolutely crazy. James Jones, Shady. Oh, my God, bro. I hate that. First of all, Emmanuel Ocho, bro, I don't like him. I don't know him as a person. But his sports personality cannot stand that man. I cannot stand. If you watch certain people, don't forget, Ocho started on Speak for Your. I'm sorry. What was the name of it? Don't tell me. Speak for yourself. He started on Speak for Yourself. Shout out to Hernando with the dono. Says, I will defend Goff with my soul for real. Absolutely, man. For real. This guy's going to take us to win a Super Bowl. You can tell a player, you can tell when a person is trying to come up. And this dude, I cannot stand him. Shady, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You know what, man? If I really had time, I would make a syndicate entertainment. Like, I have thought about making a syndicate entertainment, maybe syndicate sports entertainment, man, because it's so much stuff sometimes I want to talk about that's not related to the Detroit Lions, but just how the shady snake way that Emmanuel Ocho was, and the fact that he was kind of undercutting Marcellus Wiley and all this other stuff, bro. And now he wanted a show. He got a show. And think about who you got on the team. The only one, you got two guys that's credible is, first of all, Ocho, he wasn't really that great of a player, right? And Chase Daniel is on your panel. Chase Daniel, this dude is a thief. He steals from NFL teams. He used to play for the Lions, bro. One of the worst quarterbacks. Why is it that the worst quarterbacks got all the stuff to say? Dan Orlovsky, Chase Daniel, Mark Sanchez, all these bad quarterbacks just running their mouth, man. It's insane to me. I don't like Ocho. I don't like how Ocho did Reese on one of his takes. Hey, bro, listen, I'm thinking about it. I don't have the time. I can't stand him. What's up, fun boy? Ocho, you can tell when somebody is a snake, and Ocho is a snake. He is a snake, bro. He wanted to be in front of everybody. And I just see my fair share of snakes on YouTube. It's crazy. It's crazy. I got another thing to say, too. All right? Take this how you will. I got an opinion, okay? I'm going to go ahead and expose. I'm going to give y'all a YouTube expose, all right? And it's for my Syndicate Sports Detroit people. 9 times out of 10, if a collaboration is held between two YouTubers, 9 times out of 10, if a person says, the person that's leaving or the person that is staying, if they're saying that everything is mutual and everything's okay and that there's no dysfunction, it's probably not the whole truth. I'm telling you that right now. You've seen your fair share of it. If somebody says that, they're probably not telling the whole truth. YouTube is a nasty business, y'all. Y'all don't know the dark side. I need to do a documentary called Behind the Scenes, the dark side of YouTube. It's a dark side to this business, y'all. It really, truly is. Anyway, what's up? What's up, Xavier? What's up, D? Let me know if you need assistance with Syndicate Entertainment. I'll support anything that has the potential put Woodward Sports out of business. Hey, listen, I would love to do that, man. Here's what 2025 is going to be. 2025 is the year of business. Like, that's when I'm going to take care of all the business stuff on Syndicate. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would definitely keep that in mind. Maybe I have somebody else run it, but I definitely keep that in mind. All right, I want to give a shout out to somebody who had a quietly good game and was crucial for us. All right. The Detroit Lions get that win against the Houston Texans, and it was ugly. It was an ugly game through and through. Jared Goff threw to 5 people. Y'all ready? His receivers: David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. No Tim Patrick. No Khalif Raymond. No Shane. No Brock. No anybody. 5 guys. 2 of them were running backs. One was a tight end, and 2 were wide receivers. But it's one wide receiver that I want to talk about. That this guy, man, I mean, with all the stuff that he's been going through, and granted, it's self-imposed. It's self-imposed at this point, but he's been going through some stuff. I'm talking about Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams, bro, stepped up yesterday and made some crucial catches. Crucial. One was early, one was late. The first one, off both of his hands, bobbled it, and caught it, and then got destroyed. The third one, probably the best catch of Jameson Williams' career, in my opinion. A lot of his stuff has been easy, over the top. He's been burning people. I mean, he got a couple mosses, right? But nothing like yesterday. The dude got hit low. He got hit high, folded in half, held the ball. Critical play. Jameson Williams. Look at his stats yesterday. Not the Jameson Williams we used to. Bunch of numbers, bunch of longs. Yesterday, 3 catches, 53 yards, was targeted 5 times, and had a long of 23. And that might have been the one that he got destroyed. This was a big game for Jameson Williams. Big game. Even David Montgomery, 1 yard. You can't see it. 1 catch, 24 yards. It was a big day. 2-game suspension, coming back. You dealing with the situation you dealing with. You know, at this point, fans are kind of, some are on the fence, some are in full support. But no matter what we think, he's got to be the one that changes the narrative. I've always talked about that. No matter who it is, Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, it's up to the player. It's up to the coach to change the narrative. Aaron Glenn is changing the narrative for me. We'll talk about him a little later. But Jameson Williams, crucial, critical catches yesterday. And that is what we're talking about. The over-the-top stuff, burning people, taking one to the house, those are different type of catches. These were them Amon-Ra St. Brown in between, you know, like the first one, man. It was funny because it was like 2 JMOs in one. It hits you in both your hands. Yes, a little bit behind you, but it hit you in both your hands. You bobble it. But the concentration, never took his hands off the ball, brought it in enough to get hit, absorb the contact, and make the catch. And then the second one, when he was laying on the ground, I was like, he got the wind knocked out of him. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like he was injured. It just looked like he got smashed. Jameson Williams ain't the biggest dude, right? He ain't the thickest dude, but he took that contact and made the play. So you can see where my mind is at always on YouTube content. But shout out to Jameson Williams. A game he needed yesterday. Got real physical, got exposed to them hits. And I think Jameson is going to be a better catcher because of games like yesterday. He liked to catch with his body, but yesterday, most of the catches, if not all 3 of them, was with his hands. He had some trouble, man, but he did his thing. So shout out to Jameson Williams, man. We want to see that all the time. Sports Talk with Rob with the Dono. I appreciate you, my man. Says, do you agree with Belichick when he said the Lions are like the early 2000 Colts team? I didn't hear that, man, but I wouldn't disagree. Derek, bigger impact Lions draft class overall, 22 or 23? 23. What, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell? I would have to pull it up, but you got Hutch, Pascal. Yeah, I got to pull it up. I'll have to pull it up. What's up, Eagle Eye? Says, what's up, Derek? What's up, everyone? Love this team. Is this real life? I know. I woke up the same thing. I was like, are we 8-1? Are we really 8-1? Right? It's crazy. Josh, what's up, my man? Says J-Mo took that huge hit and came up hurt. Any injuries with him? I haven't heard of him. No, he just got the win. He just got the win knocked out, bro. Because he was back in the game after that. I would love a Derek and Everything King collaboration. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Laporta was also 23. Yeah, now Sam Laporta, he said it's nothing to be worried about, but I can't believe John Mechie was the leading receiver yesterday. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. I'll just put it like this. I'm going to put it like this. YouTubers don't collaborate for a reason. They don't collaborate for a reason. That's what I'm learning. So if y'all wonder, well, why don't your favorite YouTubers collaborate? It's usually a reason behind that. Like I told you, YouTube, behind the scenes, the dark side of YouTube. I'm actually going to start working on my documentary. I'm going to work on my documentary, my docu-series. Realistically, we could go 16-1. You know what, Braylon? We're going to talk about that. Texans and Bills were the only team that worried me the rest of the way. And after last night, I'm feeling better about the Bills too. Yeah, we should have more. Because what day do we play the Bills? How am I feeling about the next 3 games? We're going to talk about that. Hey, Derek, that was a wild game. Thank God for the defense and Jake Bates. Absolutely. Did McNeil get back into the game? He did. Man, it was the funniest thing yesterday. Everybody in my chat was all of a sudden was doctors. They was like, oh, Aleem got lockjaw. He got a broken jaw. He out for 6 weeks. He gonna be put on IR. I was like, bro, y'all need to chill. What's up, Jay? Says, what do you think about Houston? He showed up yesterday. Yes, we're gonna talk about him as well. We played the Bills on the 15th, okay? Who are we going to have? We'll know if we can have Broderick Martin back. Probably won't have John Kaminsky, but we'll know we'll have Iffy and we'll have Emmanuel. So I think we're going to give the Bills a bigger fight than what people thought. People thought for real. The Bills aren't like that to me. I think we can beat the Bills. Yeah, I think we can too. I really do. All right, so let's talk about this guy. I want to talk about this guy, man. All right, so y'all know, man, if y'all been watching any of the channels, you know that I've been giving this guy a hard time. I've been getting it for 3 years. I've been giving him a hard time. And a lot of y'all was talking about it wasn't him, it was the personnel. You might be on to something. That's Aaron Glenn. Now, the Detroit Lions, I'm going to sound like, you know what I'm going to be today? I'm going to be, this going to sound like James Houston's pants after the game. If y'all don't know, James Houston said he said in some Gatorade. I'm not too sure about that, but he played very well. We're going to talk about him a little bit as well. But he had on a fresh pair of pants after the game was over. But we're going to talk about Aaron Glenn. And Aaron Glenn, I got to give him his flowers. I got to give him his flowers because he is coaching with what he has. And you know me, I've held everybody accountable on this team, from Dan Campbell to the coaching staff to the players to Brad Holmes, right? Aaron Glenn hasn't always made the best decisions, but neither has Ben Johnson. But Ben Johnson, to me, has probably had a lot more to work with than Aaron. You know, probably. He's had more to work with. Aaron Glenn has been, up until this season, I mean, we've literally been going to the scrap heap. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Alex Anzalone. The defense, man, is like compiled of these people up until like last year. We're taking these people in the draft. Hutch, Jack Campbell, who had a kind of a slow first year. But Brad Holmes has spent most of the draft capital on defense in the secondary. Free agency in the secondary. Right? Between the draft and free agency, the secondary is where most of our assets have gone on defense. Until yesterday, the Lions had the 29th passing defense with Carlton Davis, Brian Branch, who by far is now the best defender on our team and maybe one of the best safeties in the NFL. Kirby Joseph, quiet night last night, but he's still very good as well. Carlton Davis, Amik Robinson, Terrion Arnold, who got to clean it up. You got to clean it up, bro. Ain't no ifs, you got to clean it up. But most of the secondary has the resources. That's where they are. Aaron Glenn, I'm starting to believe that his hands, he was working with one hand. Aaron Glenn might have been handicapped. And I got no problem saying I was wrong or whatever. I don't think I was wrong. I don't think I'm wrong now, to be honest with you, because the numbers overall are not the best in some aspects. But what we did yesterday is we found a way to shut the Texans out. They had 23 first half points. They had 0 in the second half. And according to Brian Branch, Aaron Glenn said they don't get any more. So between him not having the personnel and him and his ability to be a leader of men, sometimes he annoys me. He really does. The comments when he gets up there on a press conference, it's just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you're doing a lot of talking and you ain't backing it up on the defensive side of the ball. But now he's got some guys. And I truly believe Za'Darius Smith is going to change that game as well. He really is. So I got to give Aaron Glenn his flowers overall. Now, let's do this real quick. Let's look at where the defense is, all right? And just to kind of see where we at, okay? So total yards. This is your total defense. They go by yards. They don't go by points per game. Now, at the end of the day, we win, and that's really all that matters. So here's the Lions' total defense. I don't know where that is. I didn't count. But that's outside of the top. That's probably out of the top 10, but inside of the top 15. That's total defense. That's not bad. That's middle of the league. Passing yards, same thing here. We are at the bottom of the league. So there's only 4 teams worse than us. So that means that we still have, 32, 31, 29. Now we have 0.2 of a point. We now have the 28th passing defense. And that's after yesterday's game. If we look at rushing yards, I think we dropped here as well. No, we went up. We were 7. Now we are 6. So his rushing yards, we are pretty good. Points per game, we are top 10. All right. And this is with no defensive line, who got 4 sacks yesterday. It's kind of a like mirror image. Last week, we didn't get any sacks, but they sacked Jared Goff. This week, we got all the sacks, and that coveted defensive line was blowing up our offensive line. But they didn't sack Jared Goff one time. It's hard to believe. It was so much pressure, it seemed like he got sacked at least twice, but he didn't. So, I mean, overall, there is some spots that could use improvement. But when you talk about the red zone defense, it was great saying that yesterday. The Detroit Lions, going into Week 10, had the 4th best red zone defense. You get in the red zone, you can't score on us. All right, there are only 3 teams that do it better. We had the number 1 defense on 3rd down until yesterday. I don't know if that took a hit. We'll find that out next week. But I got to give Aaron Glenn his flowers. I really do. My thing now is, okay, we're gonna see what Za'Darius Smith can do. We really my issue now is, did Brad Holmes wait too long? Did he do too little? But I feel like this team, if we didn't have Za'Darius, it would be tough. But, and we're gonna talk about him a little later as well. Za'Darius Smith, though, he might be enough. He might be enough, which I can't believe I'm saying that, because I would have never thought that Za'Darius would be enough. He might be enough. He might be, man. We shall see. But let me know your thoughts. Hold on, I missed the super chat. All right, let me see. That's what he said last year when you were on AG's head. Okay, Royce, what did I say last year when I was on AG's head? Appreciate the dono, but I need to know what you're talking about, bro. They had no sacks because Jared was throwing darts into the turf. Lions D had 5 interceptions, all of 16 interceptions all last year, and they're up to 13 so far. Do you think we'll hear from Brad soon or not? Nope. Brad ain't getting in front of the media. Brad only gets in front of the media after the season and at the trade deadline, maybe. AG said that he was working with what he had. You were on his head. Yeah, I was. Because some of the stuff he was doing was still, like, he even does it now. Like, he made, you can't blitz on 3rd down. Like, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So some of the stuff is a scheme for sure. But yeah, I wasn't trying to hear it last year. I really wasn't. But this year, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give you some love, because now it's to the point where, okay, you know, here's my thing. The defense has made progressive jumps. And my thing with Aaron Glenn is, you're talking like the defense is all that. It's not. Our defense has never been all that. Just total, it's never been all that as far as under Aaron Glenn. But we're top in certain categories. So, and you know what? My target has changed now. Now I'm like, you know what, AG? You doing, here it is that Brad Holmes, we brought in Carlton Davis, Amik Robinson. We drafted Ennis Rakestraw. We drafted Terrion Arnold. So you have no defensive line. Your defensive line is, you know what I mean? I see now that you're doing the best you can. Above the law, AG said he was working with his head. Okay, AG was too stubborn at times last year, waiting to man up. So that, right, exactly. So it's like his stubbornness was what I was talking about last year, right? But now I'm saying, okay, dude, you have no defensive line. Like, if Brad Holmes, I think our defense will be top across the board if we would have, like, let's hypothetically say, who is a reasonable defensive lineman that we could have got that's playing right now and we still have the same team we have? I don't know. Because we still need Jahmyr Gibbs. We still need those guys. Okay, all right. So let me see. I'm gonna bring in this Za'Darius Smith. What happened to it? Oh, it's over here. I'm such an idiot. Yes, Danielle Hunter, man. Which is crazy. It's crazy that offensive line was able to keep them guys with no sacks. But you're right. Jared Goff was like, dirt, pick. All right, let's do this. You know, I was like, Derek, man, maybe you can, I'm going to have segments to the show, but, you know, other people's shows are so structured. They're just so, like, you know, by the book. And I'm like, you know, so I think my shows are better free flow, to tell you the truth. All right. I want to see if this gets copyright claim. Because if it does, then I can use the audio, but I can't use the visual. All right, here we go. Hey, yo, so Za'Darius Smith. Traded for him at the trade deadline, and we were hoping we saw him. And then Sunday morning, top of the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, when I don't know why Ian gets to do this, but at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I'm still up usually, excited for a Lions game on Saturday night, so I'm usually still up, and Ian Rappaport tweets out that Za'Darius Smith is going to be out. But we kind of knew he was going to be on the sideline, and it was great seeing him coach up the guys. It was just, I was watching this guy, man, and I was like, look at him, coaching up on the sideline. We knew he was going to be in the building, and I'm going to tell you what, I can't get there, but if I could, man, I would go to Jacksonville, because I think when the Lions are back at home this time, if you haven't been to a Lions game in a while, what they do is they alternate offense and defense. So when they announcing people coming through the tunnel. So for the Rams game, first game of the season, it was defense. And I'm going to tell you what, man, when Aiden Hutchinson, he was the last person on defense to come out, and the place was probably the loudest I've ever heard. And then when I went a couple weeks ago, it was the offense. So Jared Goff is the last person, obviously, with him being a quarterback. I want to hear them say Za'Darius Smith, right? I want to hear that. And I feel like, I don't know if he's earned the right to be the last person, but I feel like you might have to this one time. Like, because it's usually the same order that people come out in. So, but with it being his first home game as a Detroit Lion and all that stuff, it would be great to see him come out. But this guy, man, we talk about being the right fit. And they're the guys that we want. We want a lot of guys that are production-based, maybe younger. I know I do, right? I don't know how the Detroit Lions tell who's a culture fit unless they know these guys personally, you know, and from what it sounds like, Za'Darius Smith didn't know Dan Campbell prior to this, didn't know Brad Holmes prior to this. He played in the NFC North, right? But he didn't play. He played here very briefly when they first came in. But he's already an instant fit. And we talk about culture fits and stuff like that. And Za'Darius Smith is doing his thing. He really is. But here's the interview from last night. I'm not sure how this happened. I think he's on the sideline. The crew, I think the NBC crew was on the Lions side maybe. And Za'Darius Smith comes up. Here's that interview from last night.
When you gonna be back? When you gonna be back?
I'm gonna be back next week. I'll get here on Wednesday. I can't wait. I promise you, I'm gonna give it my all, man. This is a great football team.
We saw you doing some coaching over there. You were really talking to the defense. What did you see, or what were you advising them on?
Just a lot of the guys up front, man, was getting a lot of chips and a lot of slides. And I was just telling them, man, just listen to the protection.
Listen to the protection.
Listen to it. If you listen to it, a Roy or a Larry call, you actually know where he's going. So we was able to get some pressure after that, and I'm just so happy that we got 4 sacks after making that call.
No. How excited are you next week to join this defense? I know you can't wait.
Man, very excited. I was just talking to Coach, man. I can't wait. I hate that he gave me this week off. Obviously, I didn't want it. That's something that they wanted for their players, and that's what I love about this football team, because they care about their players. And actually, he was a player, so he understands what's going on.
Was there part of you, though, saying, hey, Coach, I can go. I'm good. I can give you like 10 rushes tonight.
I did. But obviously, he wanted me to take the week off because it was a bye. I haven't had one. And then I actually stay in Florida. So, you know, we had the hurricane in Florida. I wasn't able to get home, but he told me to give me 2 days, and I actually went home and checked on the house. So that's love from Coach.
What can the Lions fans expect from you this year?
You hit a lot of sacks, man, a lot of pressure, man, and getting after the quarterback. Obviously, like you said, you saw me earlier coaching up the young guys, man, so you're going to get much more of that coming up soon.
Setting that edge, right?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
what was-
Most
I know you
definitely.
do,
Come on,
boy.
man.
You
That's
live
what
in
I
that
get paid to do, man.
What was the process of the trade like from your perspective?
I can't hear you.
What was the process of the trade like from your perspective?
Obviously, I went through it 2 years ago with the Vikings during the offseason, but this is my first time going through it, throughout the season. I was a guy that basically wanted to help the football team either way I can, but obviously for the Cleveland Browns, man, they gave me an opportunity to leave, man, and try to go fight to get a Super Bowl this year.
Good for you.
Yes,
Tell you
sir.
what, those Cartier shades, they pair very well with that chain,
Yeah,
too.
you like it?
You're looking
I like it.
smooth, man.
A little
That blue
swag,
looks
a
good
little
on you
swag.
as well.
Hey, I can't afford none of that.
As long as you've been working.
I got 4 kids.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you picking
I
up the
appreciate it,
microphone,
man.
hanging out with
Thank
us
you
for a
so
little
much.
bit.
Yes, sir.
As you
We all
guys
had
put
to
this
grab
run
you, though,
together, we'll
big
be
dog.
talking to you again.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
I had to
man.
grab
Can't
you,
wait,
know
man.
that.
Y'all be good.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Let's
Hey, but did y'all hear what he said though? And during the broadcast, they kept cutting to Za'Darius, and he was talking about. He said, "Listen to the protection. You can tell what side it's going." And after he coached them up, is when we start really getting pressure. I'm like, dude, this guy, the veteran leadership was crazy. It's a good thing he was on the sideline, because if he wasn't, who knows? And I don't know if y'all caught this as well, but Aleem McNeil. We was talking about people holding all night long. And Aleem McNeil, come on, bruh. I mean, doing his thing last night, getting punched in the face the whole 9. And he kept saying, they cut to him, and he was like, every time that the Texans was holding. Aleem McNeil, bruh, how you get skinnier and you more of a force than you were when you were bigger? That's crazy to me. He switched to that vegan diet, bruh, and he been killing the game ever since. Killing the game, man. Za'Darius Smith is going to be a big deal for this team. There you go, bro. They cheer for Smith. So what was happening is Jameson Williams was walking past when that was going on. But yes, they did cheer. What's up? Dylan says, Derek, I seen a lady with the bonnet on today. Bro, you lying. Dylan, are you serious, bro? Are you serious? What's up, 10? Says, hey, well, I just found out my brother, homegirl, got a kid with no way. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. We need an interview. Yeah, they locked in. Man, yes, bro. So if you guys weren't part of the stream yesterday, all right, we gonna have this. All right, we gonna have a segment, bro. This segment is gonna be, have you lost your mind? All right, have you lost your mind? I'm not trying to offend any of the ladies in the building. I love the ladies. My wife know I love them. I love the lady, right? I'm a lady lover, okay? So I love the ladies. But ladies, what I don't like, what I can't stand is if you come out of the threshold of your house with a bonnet on. I cannot stand it. Hate it. I don't know where they came from. I don't know who invented them, but I absolutely hate them. What I hate more than the bonnet itself is, you ever been outside? And fellas in the comment section, ladies as well, tell me if you've seen this, because what I'm about to tell you, you're going to put no lies detected. So if I'm speaking facts, I want you to put no lies detected in the comment section. When you go out, especially where I live, right? I don't live in the hood, but I live in the urban area, okay? You go out, all right? I'm on the way to my Rams game with my do-rag on. Well, 1021, listen, if you weren't rocking a do-rag, that's a little different. All right, that's a little different. The bonnet, though, do-rag's been around for like 50 years, bro. But these bonnets done came out of nowhere, all right? Now, listen to what I'm about to say. Ladies cool, but dudes need to stop wearing them. Bruh, I saw a dude, I was picking my son up from school and saw a young man with a bonnet on with the lace around anyway. So, tell me if I'm lying, right? You out. You at the gas station. You see a bonnet. You see you at McDonald's, you see a bonnet. And when was the last time, fellas, that you seen a 10 out of 10, a dime, a woman that is proud, cleaned up, standing in a McDonald's line or anywhere else with a bonnet on her head? You don't see it. It's always somebody dusty. It's always somebody raggedy. It's always somebody that look like they ain't never heard what the word soap is. Now, if you're picking up your kid from the school, I'm still not. This when I'm like, take the bonnet off. Throw it. If you walk out the house and you forget, throw it. I don't care if you put it in the mailbox. If you come out the house, put the bonnet up. I cannot stand them. They are so, oh my God. And you know what's worse? You know what's up, Nate? You know I ain't lying, bro. You know what's worse than just the bonnet in McDonald's? The bonnet that come halfway down your back in McDonald's. I don't understand. Now, my wife wears a bonnet. She wears a bonnet. She wears it in the house, though. And even in the house, I just can't stand them. I hate them. Because they have given me PTSD. If you leave the house, ladies, take the bonnet off your head. That's all I'm asking. I don't want to see a bonnet in McDonald's. I don't want to see a bonnet in the school line picking up your kid. I just don't want to see it. Do your hair up, okay? Start 5 minutes earlier. Do something with your hair. Now, I'm not that type of dude, but we talked about the bonnet yesterday, and the reason we got on the bonnet is because James Houston had what looked like a bonnet was on his head. I don't know if it was a sock, a bonnet, a do-rag. I have no idea. But whatever it is, he need to keep wearing it because he played pretty good yesterday. Got 3 pressures, 1 sack. But ladies, do me a favor. Don't come out the house with the bonnet on. Just please don't come out the bonnet. You know what the bonnet is? It's to keep your hair together while you sleep. It ain't meant to be worn out the house. I cannot stand bonnets outside the house. I hate them. Like you can see it in my face. I hate bonnets outside of the house. And it's always a dusty woman in McDonald's with shorts on she shouldn't be wearing. And yeah. Anyway, let me stop before I get canceled. Before I get canceled, bro. Yes. Let's talk. But listen, when you see a lady with a bonnet, you're going to be like, Derek, you're going to be like, that's what he was talking about. Watch. Bonnet Syndicate launching next month. I'm just going to wear a bonnet. No, I'm not everywhere. You ain't never catching me I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing a bonnet ever on the internet or period for that matter. I'm just saying. Houston had a dread sock and a tram on his headdress. So, wait, what? What is that? He's a real good leader for this team. I wish fans would come to your senses and support him. Denise, you might be behind. They always Hey, tell me this too. Tell me this. When was the last? When you see a lady with a bonnet on, all right? This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I want you to, let's say you in line, and I don't know, your favorite place to eat, all right? And you see a lady with a bonnet. I want you to listen very closely and listen if she orders a salad. That's all I'm saying. If she orders a salad, I guarantee you a lady wearing a bonnet is not going to order a salad. I'm just saying, bro. They literally, I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. All right, what are we supposed to be talking about? What? Hey, it ain't my fault. Dylan brought this up. They say everything is better with the blue bonnet on it. Oh, man. Not going to lie, though, Unc, if she got a bonnet on with them high shorts on, just know she got... Hey, no comment. Look, I done started something. Hey, yes. All right, let's do this. Let's wrap up the show with Around the League. All right? We're going to with some talking points from around the league, and we'll wrap up the show. All right. So we've been talking about, why did I hit record? Should I put this on my NFL channel? I should put this on my NFL channel. Derek is old school butter commercial. It's an old school butter commercial? Really? So I'm going to tell you what. Oh, that's what I was supposed to talk about. Aaron Glenn. Do y'all think he takes a coaching job next year? I'm going to say no. I think Aaron Glenn is going to take a lesson from Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is not going to leave until he has the perfect situation, because he has a really, really good situation here. And who says that a Super Bowl is going to stop him? All right? A Super Bowl might make him stay. You don't want to leave a good situation. It's just like this. You at home, got a beautiful wife, you got a loving wife, you got a family, everything is good, right? And that's what Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn have with the Detroit Lions. But then you go out, right? You're eating some lunch, you having lunch at work, and somebody come up to you, and she been trying to get you for a minute, right? She been trying to just tell you all the right things and all this other stuff, and you start thinking, which you shouldn't, but you start thinking it might be greener on the other side. So what you do something dumb, which I don't say you do it, but you do something dumb. Then you find out real quick that the grass ain't always greener. You blew up one thing for the other, and you should have just kept your butt at home, right? Where you belong. That's what I think Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, they're looking for, all right? They have a really good thing going. If you go to another place, first of all, it's wild to think that Dan Campbell, a Detroit Lions head coach, is going to have a coaching tree. Like, that's insane. It's awesome, but it's insane at the same time. Aaron Glenn, we've been hearing, oh, he used to play for the Jets. Go over there. He got history with the Saints. Go over there. He not going either one of them places. These places are horrible. You think you're going to turn it around? You think you ain't going to the Jets, because I'm telling you what, and why do we get on this conversation? We got on this conversation because I wish Deebo Samuel would. You notice who Deebo Samuel put his hands on, right? You do notice that. He ain't, Deebo know better. He put his hands on two guys that don't look like him. I'm just going to keep it a buck. You ain't putting your hands on me like that. Let's be clear, okay? So Deebo, he out his mind for that. Talking about we'll work it out. I bet we will, because I'm pulling up on you, bro. We going to have, DJ Quick said it the best. He said we going to have a conversation and see if we can fix this situation, right? That's what I'm going to do. You take that how you want. But I wish Deebo Samuel would have put his hands on me. That's all I'm saying. But you think that Aaron Glenn is going to want to go to the Jets? Because let me ask you this. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams might be cool, but Aaron Rodgers? Could you imagine? Aaron Rodgers, who he think he is? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Aaron Glenn ain't having it. As a matter of fact, Aaron Glenn ain't going there because of Aaron Rodgers. He's not going over there. That's crazy. And as far as the New Orleans Saints, I don't see that happening either. What's up, Long Spoon? Deebo wouldn't do that to a guard or tackle? Absolutely. He wouldn't. I could see AG waiting on the Saints job, maybe in being going to the Niners. Okay, check this out. Let's say he say, you know what, I'm going to go to the Saints. I got some history over there back in the Sean Payton days, blah, blah, blah. It's a different team. But let's just look at what they're dealing with. You got Derek Carr, Spencer Rattler. You got the team is dysfunctional. And they're not going to rebuild. They're not looking for a rebuild. But isn't they salary cap kind of a hot mess? You got a potential squad over there, though. You got Shaheed, you got Kamara, whoever your quarterback is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be Carr, because I think he's better than Rattler at this point. But is that a place you want to go? Because let's remember this. When you take a job, and I think what's happening, what we're going to see, more coaches, especially if they have a head on their shoulders, right? If they have a head on their shoulders, if they got a head on their shoulders, okay? What you're going to see from more coaches is more thought out decisions. You ever notice how Eric Bieniemy never took a head coaching job? And that might actually worked out to his favor. Dan Quinn, you don't see a lot of situations that you go from head coach to coordinator back to head coach. It's very rare. And when you do that you actually have success, right? When you go to a coaching job, you want to be set up to succeed. Coaching jobs are not that long. We probably average 5 or 6. There are 32 NFL teams, and probably 20% of them are going to become available every year. As a matter of fact, let's look at this and we'll wrap up the show. Let's see what potential coaching jobs could come open this year. Now, we got 2 coaching jobs right now, but who else is going to get fired? Ben to the Bears, young, talented QB. Okay, Rail, check this out. I could see that. There were rumors that he wanted to go there. But remember this. He wants to go somewhere that he could have chosen his QB. You're hearing that potentially Jayden Daniels would have been the first overall. He could have been the first overall pick. I'm sure there are people that would have taken you just like this. Check this out. You ready for this? All right. So according to reports and rumors that we heard back when Bryce Young was drafted, the Carolina Panthers, they wanted C.J. Stroud, but the owner wanted Bryce Young, who wound up getting fired, right? I guarantee you he ain't going to Carolina. They got a coach anyway. He not going over there. But he made the right decision. Aaron Glenn learned very quickly that he wanted to be in the right place. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a look. Let me pull this up. Who is going to have head coaching jobs at the end of the year? And this will be the last part of the live. All right, Lions Chiefs set. Bills, Sean McDermott to me was on the hot seat. I don't think he's fired now, even if they don't make a Super Bowl, because these guys are playing too good. Look at this, bro. 99%. We have greater than a 99% chance to make the playoffs. When the last time we've been this confident in this football team? And somebody asked me about the next 3 games. So we'll make that segment as well. Then we'll wrap up the show. Eagles, Sirianni. I want you to put in the chat, would you fire Sirianni? Or does it depend on, so put yes or it depends. Mike Tomlin ain't going nowhere. Falcons coach ain't going nowhere. He first-year head coach there. Texans head coach, he ain't going nowhere. Cardinals head coach, nope. Ravens, nope. Nope. Vikings. Chargers. And now go Chargers go. If you know, you know. Nope. Commanders, no. Broncos, no. Packers, no. Now these are the teams. Now here's where it gets good. I don't think Steichen gets fired. Kyle Shanahan could be fired. I think he's going to get fired. If they don't win the Super Bowl, he's getting fired. Right now, they're not even in the playoffs. Zach Taylor, he's, to me, a 50-50. Sean McVay, nope. Jets need a coach. Matt, what do y'all think? Okay, so Nick P says no chance Kyle Shanahan is fired. Let me cut back to me real quick. All right, so I want to hear in the comment section, why do you think that's the case? While you're typing, I'm going to give you my debate. All right? I'm going to give you my debate, and I want you guys in the comment section to kind of tell me what you think. All right? Why is Kyle Shanahan, do I say he gets fired? Okay, so first, this is without my own opinion, but coming from insiders with the organization. Grant Cohen, other 49ers YouTubers that I watch, because I tend to, it's weird, I tend to still watch teams that the Lions have played, so I'll watch a lot of their content to kind of fill out what's going on around the league and maybe what they're saying about us and what they're saying about their team, and it's just kind of good to watch the dysfunction of these teams, all right? So here's why they say Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch could be fired. You've peaked. You have not won a Super Bowl. You've got all these fat contracts that you had on the table. Then you go into this year, right? You pay Deebo Samuel already. You pay Brandon Ayuk. You pay Trent Williams, and you can't even make the Super Bowl or win it. I think they get fired. Okay. And this is based off their inside information and my opinion. I think it's time for a change. Then you got to talk about whether or not you're paying Brock Purdy eventually. So I think they get fired. I don't think it's no chance. Is it a chance that they stay? Yes. But for you to say no chance they get fired when all people are talking about is that they will get fired, then yeah. Okay. So that's my thought. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. All right, let's cut back here. Okay, so Eberflus, probably. Patriots, no. Seahawks, no. Dolphins, this one right here is intriguing. They just extended him, but that does not mean they won't fire him. Robert Saleh is still getting paid like $30 million. Money is nothing to these NFL teams. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. The Lions were still paying Matt Patricia, by the way. So that means nothing. Todd Bowles, could he be fired? I don't think he does. They dealing with a lot of injury over there, so I think he sticks around. But could Kevin Stefanski get fired? I think he could, but then you got, okay, here you go again. You got another quarterback situation, so I think he saves his job, but he could. Mike McCarthy, he's gone. He's gone. And you got to be, don't forget, if you go to Dallas, you're dealing with Jerry Jones. So I don't think any of our boys go over there. The Titans, no, because they're on their first guy, and the Saints need a. So, okay, right now, we've got basically 2 coaching jobs, right, that are open. The Saints and the Jets. I forgot about these. Raiders, Antonio Pierce. How did I miss these? Antonio Pierce. I think he gets fired. Even though the only one that vouched for him was Max Crosby. He's the only one left. I think Antonio Pierce gets fired, all right? Panthers, he stays. Jacksonville Jaguars, I think he's fired. And Brian Dable, a week ago, they said his job was safe. They said his job was safe. And after week 10, no eliminations yet. Saints' job is open. Who getting fired? Dable? Okay, so in my opinion, jobs that could be open, Giants, Jaguars, Raiders, Saints are open. Browns could be open. Cowboys, he's a dead man walking, so that's one. The Dolphins, he could get fired. Bucks, maybe. I doubt it, though. And that's Bears. So that's probably it. So it's going to be, don't forget, man, we average 5 to 8. It's like 5 to 8. So it's going to be a lot of people that are without jobs at the end of the year. So what was all that? All that was because Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, you're not going to leave Kelly LeBrock in the 80s for some chick on the street. Like, you're not going to do it, right? I should say woman on the street. I'm sorry, ladies. You're not going to leave Kelly LeBrock in Weird Science for for the lady on the street, unless she was the woman in red, which was also Kelly LeBrock. So don't, all my 80s people, they know what's up. They know what's up. If you was a young boy in the 80s, you already know. That's it, really. Peterson will be the first one to get fired. Watch. Todd Bowles should be safe for now. Deion Sanders is going to be coach the Raiders since Shador will be there. Okay, Nick. So if I'm Deion Sanders, I've been hearing his name come up a lot. And I'm a keep it a buck. Could you imagine Deion Sanders and Mark Davis? It ain't. Deion Sanders, I can't see that. I can't see that. He already said he wouldn't coach in the NFL, and I personally can't see that. Because Deion, you're going to have to deal with his personality. And then you got Davis's personality. I can't see that. Yeah, Deion ain't Deion. If Deion coaches in the NFL, I'll be surprised because he said he never would. He said he never would. So that would be a surprise to me. Okay, let me do this. Let me go here, and this will be our last segment because somebody brought this up earlier, and I want to. I don't know why the NFL. Why is the NFL website? You can't see a team schedule from the NFL website. It takes you back to their website. Jizz with the dono says Big Detroit Energy. Absolutely, ain't that a show? Ain't that a show? Somebody tell me why Woodward sound is so bad. I don't understand that. Why is your sound so bad and you a millionaire? Why are you letting I'm gonna get a sign to say the end of this month, Detroit Lions basement GM. That's officially my title. Or Detroit Lions or Lions fan Detroit Lions GM or something like that. We'll figure it out. All right, let's look at full schedule, and we'll do this. Number 1 basement GM. That's funny. I go to Bleachers Report. Max Crosby is holding out hope Shador is going to be a Raider. Yeah, he can keep holding that out. They still ain't winning. It's going to be fun, but they ain't winning. All right. So I tried to do some research today. The Detroit Lions are 8-1 for the first time since 1953. For the first time in 71 years. Just think about that. That is 7 decades. That is 71 NFL seasons. The Detroit Lions, since the last time they've been 8-1. Now, somebody said in the comments section that they have never been 9-1. That they've never been 9-1. So I tried to do some light research. As I've lost. Hold on. All right, hold on, y'all. I lost my chat. It does this every so often. Are we still live? I can't see. I can't. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I can't. All right. I'll just use my phone because I can't see my chat. Because so what happens is your chat is like a different window. So your creator studio is one window. Yeah, anyway, it's a YouTube thing. Y'all probably don't. Never mind. All right. So I don't have the chat, but I have it on my phone. I'll keep this up. What's up, Larry? We just about to get off, bro. All right. So let me do that over. The Detroit Lions are 8-1 for the first time since 1953. That's 71 years. That's 71 seasons. That is 7 decades. For reference, I love you, Mom. My mother was born in 1957. She was born the last year the Lions won a thing. Maybe was I meant to be a Detroit Lions content creator? Maybe. Maybe I was. Maybe I was also meant to be the best, which I am currently right now, the #1 independent YouTube creator. But anyway, that's for another channel. So the Detroit Lions have not been 8-1 in 71 years. When was the last time they've been 9-1? Somebody came in my comment section yesterday and they said the Detroit Lions have never been 9-1. I have looked and tried to find it. I went through the history of the Detroit Lions, saying when has there ever been? I typed in, when was the last time the Lions were 9-1? You know what kept coming up? 8-1, 8-1, 8-1. I didn't see 9-1. So the Detroit Lions have an opportunity to do something that they've never done. They've been doing that a lot the last 2 years. They were going to be the first team since 1970. Speaking of 1970, and it kind of ironic, if the Detroit Lions would have made the playoffs at 9-8, they would have been the first team since the 1970 Cincinnati Bengals to start 1-6 and make the playoffs. They would have been the second team in NFL history to do that. They missed out. We all know what happened. But the Detroit Lions have a chance to once again make history. They've never been the #1 seed either, which they currently are. The most they was back in the 1990s, early 90s, when you had the #1 and #2 seed have bye weeks that first week of the playoffs. They've been a #2, but they've never been 1. If the Detroit Lions make the #1 seed, they have the playoffs that go through, all roads go through Detroit. How about that? Literally, we got a free game to the Super Bowl. We're playing the lowest seed. The divisional and the NFC title game is at our house, which is also hasn't been done. So what does that mean? The Detroit Lions have to finish what they started. And they have 3 games coming up. Home stretch, the last month was tough. And they came out of that thing undefeated. Now they got 3 games that you can call any one of these games trap games. So somebody asked me, how do I feel about the Lions' next 3 games? Let's take a look and see what they are. Next 3 games. We're back at home for 2 of them. We play the 2-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. We play the 4-6 Indianapolis Colts and the 4-5 Chicago Bears. Currently, all 3 of these teams are under 500. This team will be under 500 when they play us. The Indianapolis Colts, that is. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be under 500 when they play us. The Chicago Bears could either be 5-5, they could be 6-5, or they could be 4-7 when they play us. All right? So how do I feel about these 3 games? They're winnable. I'm talking about we are already 13-point favorites against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. And I'm sorry, but that's a win. I'm not going to say trap game. Forget all that. We're going to do them the same way we did Tennessee 3 weeks ago. All right? That ain't arrogance. That's confidence. We're going to beat them. Okay? The Indianapolis Colts, a game that I plan to go to if the weather is conducive. We're going to win this game too. Flacco, or it doesn't matter. We win in this game. Chicago Bears, no reason we shouldn't win this. He not Justin Fields, bro. Justin Fields killed us with his legs. Caleb, he's not Justin Fields. He's a better passer, but Justin killed us. The Bears were what they were because we had to deal with Justin. How do I feel about the next 3 games? That the Lions are going to win the next 3 games and be literally on a 10-game winning streak. A 10-game winning streak. You know what's crazy? The team that beat us in week 2, they beat us by 4. We went 1-7 in the red zone. You want to know what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are? 4-6. Yes, they've lost their 2 top targets. Injuries happen. One of their 4 wins is against us. I think the Detroit Lions are going to be, going into the month of December, 11-1. 11-1 with 5 games remaining. We've got the Green Bay Packers again, the Minnesota Vikings again, the Chicago Bears again, We've got the Buffalo Bills. And then there's one team that I'm forgetting. Green Bay, Minnesota, Buffalo, Chicago, and it's one more. San Francisco. The Detroit Lions could literally, I had them at 14-3 going into when the schedule came out, 14-3. I did kind of second guess that when we were 1-1, having a loss so early, but since then we've rattled 7 in a row. So right now, 7 in a row. We're now 8-1. We've got 8 games remaining, and the next 3 are very winnable. We're going to be favorite in every one of those games. The Lions could be 11-1 on a 10-game win streak at that time. So let me know your thoughts, man. But that's what I think about the Detroit Lions and their next 3 games. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Jags absolutely inept on offense. Bro, I've been having to hear people say trash Goff all day. I'm stressed out right now. Why be stressed out, bro? Here's all you need to know, okay? Jared Goff is our quarterback. Dan Campbell didn't second guess him. He believed in him, endorsed him on the podium. Just don't let them fools get to you. A lot of people complain because they lose. All Minnesota Vikings fans, Green Bay Packers fans, Chicago Bears fans, all they've been doing is complaining because they've been losing. All right? Jay says we got lucky last night. I disagree. This team, it wasn't no luck in that. This is what we do. The Lions have shown you. This is what they do. And they were showing it last year when they came back against the Chicago Bears, being down 12 with no time left. So this is what they do. CJ did not get points on TDs off the turnovers. Hear me out. Jay, there's nothing to hear, bruh. There's nothing to hear. How we get lucky? We took CJ Stroud, so we got lucky because he played bad? Is that why? That's crazy. H says, luck is where opportunity meets preparation. I like that. Anyway, I don't believe in some outside entity, luck, having anything to do with anything. So anyway, but I just don't, I'm not going to take away from the team, right? I'm not going to take this team. They won a game they had no business winning. And they even like for instance, Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions and had to come back, and he still had to dot stuff people up for us to even get in position for the game-winning field goal. So it ain't no beef, bro. I ain't trying to hear that. Bro. We came back, and this team never gave up. While I'm streaming, all right, I didn't think we were going to win the game halfway through because the offense just kept giving the ball over. I'm like, Dan Campbell's like, we need to change the game. Offense got to start clicking. We need to get turnovers. And it started right there. We got that one. We got another one, right? I didn't turn my back on them. I didn't cut the game off, right? But I didn't think we were going to win because I'm like, these guys can't, it just ain't our night. You win 6 straight, you probably going to drop one, right? And then they just start coming back, but I never gave up on them. And I'm thinking about, what if Jared Goff gave up? What if Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, St. Brown, all them guys, the defense, who steadily, there were, almost 30 combined drives? It was 15-14. You never see that. So anyway, Peyton Manning and Jeff Daniels at Syndicate Sports Detroit. Now that was funny. I don't believe in all that stuff, superstition, curses, luck, all of that. But I can't deny a coincidence. That's facts, bro. That's instantly crazy. However, I do believe in the NFL narrative. So, I don't know. Y'all ever seen one of the movies where somebody's like, ooh, they doing all of this stuff, and there's somebody behind the scenes pulling a curtain or whatever, putting the strings. So anyway, take that as you will, man. Listen, I will see y'all on Wednesday. Appreciate y'all. I'm tired, man. I'm like, this whole one-person show is super duper tough. Hold on, give me a second. I want to hear something. Because I think this might be it. That was my chair. Nope, that wasn't going to work. All right, this might be it. If this ain't it, then whatever. Oh, here we go. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all Wednesday. My day is only just getting started. I still got to make videos on the other channel.
This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster alone, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,
Hey, I didn't even know this, y'all. Shout out to Crunch Time Sports, man. Those guys are on Bleacher Report. That's what's up. It'd be nice for me to get an invite. And now y'all understand why I'm so... This ain't nothing toward them guys, but I swear, bro, I just keep getting passed over, but that's okay, because I'm going to be the best. It's on 100,000. That's why I play this song, bro. Mileage. Shout out to those guys. No hate. This is where we come from. Yeah, we did it. City on my back. I'm committed. Yeah, we made it. Now y'all understand why I'm so hostile. Hey. Hey.